Okay, good evening to one and all. Today we are going to discuss about nomenclature of organic compounds. Nomenclature of organic compound. How to give there are millions of organic compounds. Actually, the naming of organic compound is an important aspect in the study of organic chemistry. Since some millions of compounds are present, remembering their names in the difficult to task. Okay, you can remember those names. It is a very difficult task. Actually, these are mainly three types of naming. The first one is trivial names. Trivial name is also called, or trivial system is also called common names. It is also called, trivial name is also called common names. Okay, what is trivial name or common name, sir? Actually, the trivial name is also called common names. In the system, the compound is named after the source from. Okay, the compound is which is obtained from such source. For instance, citric acid is obtained from citrus fruits. Uric acid is obtained from urine. Formic acid is obtained from red ants. Formica in the Latin name, Latin language, like that. If you take oxalic acid is obtained from tomato and spinach. Tartaric acid is obtained from tamarind and as well as raw mango, etc. Okay, that is called trivial system. And second one is a derived system or derived name. Okay, what is derived name or derived system? In derived system, the naming of organic compound generally in derived system, the naming of organic compound is generally common name of the first compound, except carboxylic acid is chosen as a standard, and all the other members of that class of member compound of alkene series named alkyl derivatives. For example, if you take alkene, the common name is, the first compound is ethylene. For alkynes, ethine, that is called simply common name is, or derived name is acetic acid. Okay, like that, if you take in case of alcohol, the common name first member of alcohol series is carbinol. All other compounds of alcohol series are named by alkyl derivatives of carbinol. But for alcohol, the first member is carbinol. All other compounds of alcohol series, alkyl derivatives of carbinol. That means here, if you take CH3OH, methyl carbinol, C2H5OH, ethyl carbinol, etc. And also, all the other compounds of carboxylic acid series named as a alkyl derivatives of acetic acid. Alkyl derivatives of acetic acid. This is information about derived name. And another system is IUPAC system. Can you know what is the full form of IUPAC? International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry is one of the organization. With the rapid growth of organic chemistry, it was realized that the nomenclature of fast increasing number of organic compounds should be related to their structure in a systematic manner as to avoid strain on memory. The first rational system of naming organic compound was evolved in 1892 by the International Chemical Congress in Geneva, ICC, International Chemical Congress at Geneva, under the name of Geneva System of Nomenclature. The system could not be successfully applied. Successfully applied to the complicated and multifunctional organic compounds. This system was partially revised in 1931. In ICC, International Chemical Congress was first evolved in 1892 in Geneva. The system was partially revised in 1931, and the revised system is referred as a IUPAC, that is called International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, have been made from time to time by the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, and its present form of the system is known as a IUPAC system. It is the most modern. Okay, what is the history of in this IUPAC system? It is the most modern and largely used system. It is most widely modern, largely used system. Throughout worldwide, it is widely most modern and largely used system. The system has been evolved in 1957. 1957 it was evolved. Some additional subtractions were done in 1967. In 1967, some additions and subtractions is done. The UPAC system has set rule for naming of organic compound on the basis of their structure. These rules were underwent further modifications in 1979. Some modifications later revised in 1993. A guide to UPAC nomenclature of organic chemistry. Panico and Powell and Richer, the name assigned on the basis of latest UPAC rules to an organic compound in a systematic name. Three scientists, Panico, Powell and Richer, J.C. Richer, W.H. Powell or Panico. There are several important silent features of this UPAC nomenclature or UPAC system. A given compound should have or can be assigned only one name. That is one of the silent feature. A given compound can be assigned only one name. The given compound can be assigned only one name. And second one is the given compound can be assigned only one structural formula, one molecular formula. The system can be applied in a naming complex organic molecule. The system can be applied in a naming a complex organic compound. This is a simple scientific systematic method for nomenclature of organic compound. Okay, what are the basics rules for nomenclature? There are various terms are there. We will discuss the one by one those terms. Okay, listen carefully. All of you listen carefully here. In a UPAC system, they are broadly classified into three parts. How many parts? Three parts. The first one is prefix. What is the first one? Prefix. Second one, root word or word root. Third one is suffix. What is a prefix, sir? Prefix is nothing but substituent present in a molecule. What is substituent, sir? An atom or group of atoms is connected to the carbon skeleton or carbon chain is called substituent. Substituent in a molecule is called prefix. The number of carbon atoms in a molecule is called root word. Suffix is nothing but functional group present in a molecule is called suffix. Once again repeat. What is prefix, sir? Substituent in a molecule is called prefix. What is substituent, sir? An atom or group of atoms connected to the directly or linked to the carbon chain or carbon skeleton is called substituent. So what is the root word? The number of carbon atoms in a molecule is called root word. If the compound containing only one carbon atom, then the root word is in meth. If the compound containing two carbon atoms, then the root word is eth. 3 carbons prop, 4 carbons bit, 5 carbons pent, 6 carbons hex, 7 carbons hept, 8 carbons oct, 9 carbons in the molecule non, 10 carbons deca, 11 carbons undeca, 12 carbons dodeca, trideca, pentadeca, tetradeca, penta, hexa, hepta, octadeca, etc. Okay, like that. Okay, the root word which indicates a linear or continuous chain or carbon atoms are known as especially special root word. The chain of from C5 onwards by Greek numbers roots. The root word for any carbon chain, is nothing but alka. This is the basic unit of the name. The root word gets the name from the number of carbon atoms present in the longest carbon chain is called parent chain. Like that, if the molecule containing only one carbon, then the root word is meth. 2 carbons are called eth, 3 carbons prop, 4 carbons but, 5 carbons pent, 6 carbons hex, 7 carbons hepta, 8 carbons oct, 9 carbons non, 10 carbon deca. Okay, if you take 11 means 11 carbon undeca, 12 carbon dodeca, 13 carbon trideca, tetradeca, pentadeca, and so on. C20 means icosahn, C30 trinacon, tetranacon, pentacon, like the C50 and so on. I hope it is clear. Okay, this is information about root word. I hope it is clear, root word, and we will discuss one by one. Prefixes. Okay, what is prefix? Substituents present in the molecule. These prefixes are again classified into 4 types. The first one is number prefix. Second one is numerical prefix. Third one is primary prefix. Fourth one is secondary prefix. Okay, number prefix which indicates here position of the substituent in a molecule. Position of the molecule. If you take numerical prefix which indicates a repetition of the substituent in a molecule. If the substituent is repeated 2 times, the numerical prefix is referred as a di. 3 times tri, 4 times tetra, etc. The primary prefix which indicates either cyclic compounds, bicyclic compounds, spiro compounds. I hope it is clear. Primary prefix. Prefix is classified into 4 types: number prefix, numerical prefix, primary prefix, secondary prefix. Primary prefix which indicates or tells about cyclic compounds and bicyclic compounds and spiro compounds. And finally, third one is secondary prefix. It is a second grade functional groups like alkyl means R, either methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl. Alkoxy, RO, methoxy, ethoxy, propoxy. Halo, that means either fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo. Nitro, NO2. Nitroso, NO. These are all secondary prefixes. I hope it is clear. Once again repeat, prefix is nothing but substituent in a molecule is called prefix. Prefixes are classified into 4 types: number prefix, numerical prefix, primary prefix, secondary prefix. A number prefix which indicates position of the substituent in the molecule. Numerical prefix, a repetition of the substituent in the molecule. If the substituent is repeated 2 times, you can use a numerical prefix. Di, 3 times tri, 4 times tetra. The third one is primary prefix. Primary prefix which indicates here it is cyclic and bicyclic compounds. And secondary prefix which indicates alkyl, alkoxy, halo, nitro, nitroso. Next one is suffix. Suffix is also classified into 4 types. That is number suffix. Okay, number suffixes. Functional group presented. What is the functional group, sir? The characteristic property of an organic compound is mainly depends on an atom or group of atoms in a molecule. The characteristic property of an organic compound is mainly depends upon an atom or group of atoms in a molecule. Here, number suffix which indicates position of the functional group. Position of either functional group or multiple bonds. Position of multiple bonds. Either double bond between carbon and carbon or triple bond between carbon and carbon. Either between carbon double bond or triple bond also. Second one is numerical suffix which indicates here a repetition of functional group, repetition of either functional group or multiple bonds between carbon double bond or triple bond. And another one is primary suffix. Primary suffix which indicates either saturated hydrocarbon. For saturated hydrocarbon, the saturated hydrocarbon containing at least one single covalent bond between 2 carbon atoms, it ends with the suffix name is N. To take unsaturated hydrocarbons, the word end with, for example, between carbon double bond is there, end with the word eno. Between carbon triple bond is there, end with the word ine. I hope it is clear. This is information about in case the unsaturated hydrocarbon with one double bond alkene, unsaturated hydrocarbon with the 2 double bonds diene, alkadiene, Unsaturated hydrocarbons 3 triple bonds, alkyl diene. Unsaturated hydrocarbon 3 double bonds, alkatriene. So this is information about primary suffix. I hope it is clear. Those tables will send in the WhatsApp, that photos also, don't worry. Now we will discuss secondary suffix, that is the main functional groups here. Secondary suffixes which indicates here main functional group. That is, if you take, there are various functional groups are there. The first one is alcohol. General formula of alcohol is OH. The second suffix name of alcohol is ol. Second one is aldehyde. The general formula of aldehyde is RCHO. Second suffix name is ol. Ketone. General formula of ketone is RCOR1 or ON. Carboxylic acid. General formula is RCOOH, oic acid. Ester, general formula is RCOOR08. Cyanide, RCN is a general form. IUPAC name is nitrile. Isocyanide, isonitrile. Amide only. RCONH2, amide only. Like that, various functional groups are there. Okay, learn those all the functional groups. I hope it is clear. Still is there some. You take amine, sulfonic acid, alkane sulfonic acid, acid anhydride, alkanoic anhydride or oil anhydride, acid halide, oil halide. These are all secondary suffix names. There are 11 numbers to write the nomenclature. That is here simply IUPAC system is equal to eleven numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and finally 11. Number 1, which indicates number prefix, position of the substituent. Number 2, numerical prefix. Number 3, primary prefix. Number 4, secondary prefix. Number 5, root word. 6, number suffix for primary suffix, either double bond or triple bond. Number 7, which indicates here, that is called numerical suffix for either primary suffix. Number 8, primary suffix. 9, number suffix for secondary suffix. 10, numerical suffix for secondary suffix. 11, secondary suffixes. Or simply shortcut here, the IUPAC system is equal to secondary prefix plus primary prefix plus root word plus primary suffix plus secondary suffix. Okay, this is information about what are the terms involved in the IUPAC system, and I hope it is clear. And also, if the molecule containing polyfunctional groups, some secondary Prefixes also is there. The secondary prefix name of alcohol is hydroxy. Carboxylic acid is carboxy. Ketone is ketoroxo. Aldehyde is formula oxo. Ester is alkoxic or carbonyl. Acid formyl or acid halide. Amide carbamyl. Amine amino. Double bond NH amino. NC isocyanide. Thio or markup to SH. Ester alkyl thio. These are all some secondary prefixes also. Now, rules we will discuss. And here, the nature of carbon and hydrogen organic compounds. Actually, the carbon atom of organic molecules are classified into 4 types. That is called primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. What is primary carbon? When the carbon atoms are connected with another one carbon or no carbon is called primary carbon. When the carbon atom is connected with another 2 carbons is called secondary carbon. Then hydrogens are called secondary hydrogens. When the carbon atom is connected with other 3 carbons are called tertiary carbons. When the carbon atom is connected with other 4 carbon atoms are called quaternary carbon. To explain the nature of carbon and hydrogen organic molecule, there are 4 types of molecules. Now, what are the rules here? Okay, rules for nomenclature. The first rule is selection of parent chain. Okay, nomenclature for branched chain hydrocarbons, branched chain especially. Rule number 1, selection of parent chain. Selection of parent chain. What is selection of parent chain? Select the maximum number of carbon atoms in a molecule, either left to right or right to left or top to bottom or bottom to top. Select the longest continuous carbon chain containing more number of carbon atoms as a parent chain. It is also called longest continuous chain. If you take one example here, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3, CH2, 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 CH3 is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, this is called selection of parent chain, maximum number of carbon atoms. I hope it is clear. Second one is, if the molecule contains only one substituent, we can use the lowest number rule. Lowest number rule. Here one more important point, to select the parent chain. To select the parent chain, maximum number of side chains, so minimum number of branched chains. Maximum number of side chains, minimum number of branched chains. Next one, lowest number rule. Lowest number rule, which indicates here, if the molecule contains only one substituent, for example CH3, CHCl, CH2, CH3. If the molecule contains only one substituent, it can select it as a parent chain. Position of the substituent is lowest possible number. From left to right, second position, right to left, third position. That's why we can use it here in this condition, lowest number rule. And another one is here, lowest sum rule. The lowest sum rule, which indicates here, if the molecule containing different functional groups, there are different substituents in a molecule. If the molecule containing 2 or more two or more similar kind of substituents is present, the sum of the position, if you take left to right here, 1 2 3 4 5 carbons are there, root word is pent. Position of the substituents 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. If you take right to left, 1 2 3 4, 3 plus 4 is equal to 7. The sum of the position of the substituent is equal to lower value, that is called lowest sum rule. And also, if the substituent is repeated 2 times same type of substituent as side chain, we can use the numerical prefix here di. That's why the name of the compound 2, 3 dimethyl pentane. Like that, if you take one more compound here, CH3 CHCl CH2 CH2 CH2Cl is there. Here 1 2 3 4 5, that means here first position Cl is there, fourth position, sum of the position. That time we can use it here lowest sum rule. 1 2 3 4, 1 plus 4, 1 2 3 4 5, that means 2 plus 5. Always the right to left to right numbering is not correct, only right to left only. Okay, this is information about lowest sum rule for similar kind of substituents. If the molecule organic compound containing 2 or more different substituents are present, we can use the alphabetical order. CH3, CHCl, CHBr, CH3. The numbering starts with either right to left or right to left to right or right to left. Always starts with right to left because of alphabetical. Two bromo, 3 chloro, butane. That is another rule. And finally, one more rule is there. If the molecule containing side chain is a branched chain, if the compound containing side chain is a branched chain, if more than one similar alkyl chain or substituents are present, prefix named as suitably modified by putting di-tri. More than one similar alkyl chain or substituents are present at the same position, their number is also repeated. It is also one more rule. If more than one similar alkyl chain or substituents are present in at the same position, their number is also repeated 2, 2 like that. At the same position, the substituent is repeated. We can use here 2, 2 dimethyl propane. And finally, in case of side chain is a branched chain, it is also numbered from the carbon atom, is attached to main chain and is reported in a bracket. Main chain is a branched chain. For example, if you take here, in case of side chain is a branched chain. In case the side chain is a branched chain, it is also numbered from the carbon atom attached to the main chain and reported in a bracket. To take example here, CH3, 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 CH2, CH2, CH3, CH3, CH2, CH3. You can observe here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 carbons are there. Okay, 2 methyl. Fifth position branched chain is there. Numbering this one also. 1 methyl ethyl octane. That means in case of side chain is a branched chain. It is also numbered from the carbon atom attached to the main chain and report in a bracket. Okay, this is information about nomenclature of branched chain hydrocarbons. If you take functional groups, it has some rules. Okay, the compound containing functional groups. Selection of parent chain. Select the parent chain of the compound. The lowest position of the functional groups. That is, there are various functional groups are there. The UPAC name of alcohol is alkanol. The UPAC name of alcohol is alkanol. The general formula of alcohol is CnH2n plus 1 OH. The common name of monohydric alcohol is alkyl alcohol. Okay, IUPAC name of alcohol can be obtained by replacement of E from alkane by adding of secondary suffix. Simply, the IUPAC name of alcohol is alkanol. Like that, the IUPAC name of aldehyde is. Okay, one by one we will discuss here. Alcohol IUPAC name is alkanol. The common name of a dry hydroxy derivative of saturated hydrocarbon is called glycol. The IUPAC name of hydroxyl derivative containing more than one hydroxyl group, alkane polyol. Like that, various alcohol. Simply, the IUPAC name of alcohol is alkanol. Ether, another one is ether. The general formula of ether is ROR. The IUPAC name alkoxyalkane. The common name is dialkyl derivatives. Alkyl derivative of water is also called ether. The IUPAC name is alkoxyalkane. These ethers are classified in two types: symmetrical ethers and unsymmetrical ethers. If the substituents are similar or same, symmetrical alkenes, symmetrical alkyl ethers, and alkyl substituents are differ, unsymmetrical alkyl. How to give the name of that one? Lesser number of carbon atoms present in the ether that can use alkoxy and alkane. More number of carbons. Alkane, alkoxyalkane. I hope it is clear. Next one is aldehyde. What is the IUPAC name of aldehyde is alkanol. General formula for aldehyde is CnH2n plus 1 CH2O. There are various organic compounds are there: methanol, propanol, 2-methyl propanol, 3-methyl butanol, prop 2-in-1-ol, like that. Another one is ketone. The general formula of ketone is CnH2nO. The IUPAC name of ketone is alkanone. Cyanides. The IUPAC name of cyanide is alkane nitrile. The IUPAC name of isocyanide is alkane isonitrile. The IUPAC name of carboxylic acid is alkanoic acid. Various examples are there. Carboxylic acid derivatives. Acid halide. The IUPAC name of acid halide is alkanoyl halide. And also acid anhydride. The IUPAC name of acid anhydride is. We will discuss one by one here. Carboxylic acid derivatives. Carboxylic acid derivatives is nothing but there are various functional groups are there here. First one is carboxylic acid derivatives. Acid halide, RCOCl. Alkanoyl halide. So take methanol chloride. ethanol chloride, propanoyl chloride, etc. Second one is acid anhydride. Acid anhydride is nothing but RCO taken twice O. Alkanoic anhydride. Alkanoic anhydride. Alkanoic anhydride. CH3 methanoic anhydride. Ethanoic anhydride. This name of the compound is called ethanoic anhydride. Another one is ester. Third one is ester. The general formula of ester is RCOOR. The UPSC name of ester is alkyl alkanoate. Alkyl alkanoate. For example, CH3 C double bond O CH3. Methyl ethanoate. Methyl ethanoate, etc. Amide. The UPSC name of amide is alkanamide. Like that, amines. The UPSC name of primary amine is alkanamine. The UPSC name of secondary amine is N-alkyl alkanamine. The UPSC name of tertiary amine N-N dialkyl alkanamine or N-alkyl N-alkyl alkanamine. These are the UPSC names of various compounds. Okay, what are the rules for a UPSC nomenclature for functional group count? The first rule is selection of parent chain. To select the parent chain chosen in the including functional group even is not actual longest continuous chain. That means the position of functional group is lowest possible number. For example, if you take here rules for nomenclature for aliphatic compound containing functional group CH3, CH2, CH2, OH, CH2, CH3. Actually, it is the longest continuous chain, but numbering starts with here only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this is the selection of parent chain, but not that one. Okay, that means here the parent carbon chain is chosen as to include the functional group even if it is not the actual longest continuous chain. The numbering of parent chain, the position of the functional group is lowest possible number. The numbering of parent carbon chain is done in such a way the carbon linking to the functional group gets the lowest number. The carbon atom is linking to the functional group gets the lowest number if there is a violation of saturated hydrocarbon. That is one of the rule. And second one is one more rule is if the molecule containing two or more functional groups, that means the same kind of functional group, if the OH group is repeated, then the numerical suffix is used as a diol. So take CHO, diol. If the molecule containing two or more similar functional groups are repeated 2 times right, 3 times straight, 4 times tetra. And one more important point here, if the molecule containing different functional groups in the molecule, that is the rule number 3. If the molecule containing different functional groups, for example CH3, CH2OH, CH2COOH is there. Here alcohol, carboxylic acid, alcohol, both the functional groups are present. If the molecule containing 2 different functional group is present, one of the functional group act as a principal functional group. Principal functional group, that is nothing but main functional group. Here we should write secondary suffix name here. And another functional group is act as a substituent. It is also called secondary prefix name. That's why 3-hydroxy 1, 2, 3, 4 butanoic acid. And one more point here, if the molecule containing chain terminating groups like either CH2C or carboxylic acid, CHO or cyanide or ester or acid halide, it must ascend as a number 1. If the compound containing chain terminating groups CHO, COOH, COOR, CONH2, amide also cyanide, CONH2, CONH2 is present in the compound, is present in the functional group, it must be assigned number 1. This does not apply the not terminal groups. It is also one of the rule. And finally, last rule is, okay, how to write the priority of the order. The first priority goes to carboxylic acid, second one is sulfonic acid, third one is ester, fourth one is acid halide, fifth one is amide, sixth one is cyanide, isocyanide, aldehyde, ketone, alcohol, thiol, amino, alkoxy, epoxy, etc. And finally, last rule is some specific rule for IUPAC nomenclature. If the substituent group is named as oxygen or derivatives, either methyl or methylene group, substituent group is also counted towards the parent chain only. The nomenclature of polyfunctional compounds containing more than 2 like functional groups. If the polyfunctional group containing more than two like functional groups are present, that means according to IUPAC convention in 1993, if an unbranched carbon chain is directly linked to the unbranched carbon chain is directly linked to more than 2 like functional groups, the organic compound is named as the derivative of parent alkane, which does not include the carbon atom, of functional group. These are named as by suffix such as for carboxylic acid. For example, that rule on the last one, if the molecule containing 2 or more than 2 functional groups, same functional group connected to the for cyanides 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 tricarbonitride. For example, if you take here CH2, CHO, CHCOOH, CHO, CH2, CHO, 1, 2, 3, propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbaldehyde. Instead of CHO, if you take COOH, propane 1, 2, 3 tricarbaldehyde, carboxylic acid, like that. Okay, that means we can conclude that here, if an unbranched carbon chain is directly linked to the more than 2 like functional groups, the organic compound is named as the derivative of parent alkane, which does not include the carbon atom of the functional group. These are named by using of suffix as a tricarboxylic acid for carboxylic group, tricarbaldehyde for aldehyde group, tricarbonyl group for 3 CN groups. Okay, this is information about rules for naming of organic compound containing functional group. I hope it is clear. This rule is most important. If you take here CH2, COOH is there. Here also COOH is there. Here also COOH is there. The unbranched chain carbon containing does not include chains here, only propane 1, 2, 3. 1 comma 2 comma 3 tricarboxylic acid. This is called IUPAC name. I hope it is clear. Thank you one and all. These are the rules for nomenclature for compound containing functional group.